O Lord my God, please do save me from the mouth of lions, and I'll tell the world how powerful you are, God. I refuse to worship the idol of King Darius, because I believe you are more powerful than his idols.
Imagine being thrown into a dark pit, a pit filled with hungry lions. No weapons, no escape, no hope. The growling echoes through the darkness as dozens of glowing eyes stare at you, and the heavy stone at the entrance suddenly closes. That is exactly what happened to a faithful man named Daniel. But what happened next shocked an entire kingdom, because the lions never touched him.
Long ago, the great empire of Babylon was ruled by a powerful king named King Darius. His kingdom stretched across many lands. To manage such a large empire, the king appointed many governors and officials. But among all of them, one man stood out above the rest. His name was Daniel. Daniel was wise, honest, and trustworthy. Everything he did was done with integrity. Because of this, King Darius trusted Daniel more than any other official in the kingdom. In fact, the king planned to place Daniel in charge of the entire empire. But that decision would soon create powerful enemies. The other officials were furious. They could not accept that Daniel, a foreigner, would rule above them. Jealousy burned in their hearts. So they began searching for a way to destroy him. They watched Daniel closely. They studied his work. They searched for corruption, but they found nothing. Daniel was completely faithful. Finally, they realized something important. Daniel prayed to God every day, and that would become their trap.
The officials rushed to the king with a clever plan. "O King Darius, live forever," they said. "All the officials have agreed that you should issue a royal decree. For the next 30 days, anyone who prays to any god or man except you must be thrown into the lion's den." The king liked the idea. It made him feel honored. Without realizing the trap they had set, the king signed the decree. And according to the law of the Medes and Persians, the law could never be changed. The trap was set.
Soon the news spread across the kingdom. The new law was clear. Anyone who prayed to God would die. When Daniel heard about the decree, he did something unexpected. He went home. He opened his window toward Jerusalem. Then he knelt down and he prayed. Not once, not twice, but 3 times that day, just as he had always done. Daniel refused to stop worshipping God. The jealous officials were waiting. They rushed to the king with their accusation.
"O king," they said, "Daniel has broken your law. He still prays to his God." The moment King Darius heard this, his heart sank. He realized he had been tricked. He respected Daniel. He admired his character. All day long, the king searched desperately for a way to save him, but the law could not be changed. As the sun began to set, the king had no choice. Daniel would be thrown into the lion's den. Daniel was brought to the edge of the pit. Below him, the lions roared in hunger. The king looked at Daniel with sorrow and said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." Then Daniel was lowered into the darkness. The stone rolled across the entrance, and the king sealed it with his royal ring. That night, King Darius could not sleep. He refused food. He refused music. His mind was filled with one question: was Daniel still alive? But inside the lion's den, something incredible happened. God sent an angel. The angel shut the mouths of the lions. The hungry beasts became calm. They did not attack. They did not harm Daniel. Instead, the lions sat peacefully around him. Daniel was safe, protected by the power of God. At the first light of dawn, King Darius ran to the lion's den. His voice trembled as he called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" For a moment, there was silence. Then a voice echoed from the darkness, "O king, live forever! My God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me." The king was overwhelmed with joy. Daniel was lifted out of the den, and when they examined him, they found no injuries. Not even a scratch. King Darius ordered that the wicked officials who plotted against Daniel be punished. Then he made a new decree across the kingdom. Everyone must respect the God of Daniel, for he is the living God. He rescues, he saves, and he performs miracles. The story of Daniel teaches us something powerful. Faith is not only easy when life is comfortable. Real faith stands strong even in danger. Daniel trusted God when he could have been afraid, and God protected him in the lion's den. So when you face the lions in your own life, remember Daniel, because the same God who shut the mouths of the lions still performs miracles today.